Today it's time to get this guy into the shed. But before we can do that, it's the Great Car Shuffle of 2023. Got to get the Torana, the Falcon and the boat all out of the way so we can get this 73 Galant into the shed, start pulling it apart and find out what she needs. Great. So I've got her in the shed, get her jacked up, get the wheels off, have a look at the brakes, and check out just general overall condition of suspension and anything else. See if we can get a good look at the floors, see how rough they are. Just get a general assessment of the car. Okay, car's up in the air. Hub caps are off. Get the wheels off and have a look. Pretty alarming how many spiders are in there. I don't think any of them are still alive, but still, there are creatures everywhere. Look at all this. Disc brake front, drum rear, pretty typical for the day. This front suspension is pretty good for 1973, like the technology, like the local Fords and Holdens of the day didn't have anything like this. This is a McPherson strut style suspension. I don't even know what year the Australian built Fords and Holdens, Falcons and Commodores got that, but it's I think the EA for the Ford, which was what, that was 89, and then the Commodore, I don't even know, it might have been the VB, which was late 70s or early 80s, but this is, this is 16 years ahead of Ford Australia anyway. Pretty good. Well, aside from a whole heap of spider webs and lots of dirt and stuff like that, I really can't see anything wrong with these brakes. Like, there's nothing obvious. I was expecting to find a, flexible brake hose or one of the hard lines that was perished or had caught on something and split and it had no hydraulic circuit. But like, having a quick look at everything, all the flexible lines are still there. The hard lines look good. I've stuck my head up under the car and had a look, and it's just not what I expected. So I topped the fluid off a couple of days ago, and I just checked now off camera, and the level hasn't dropped. I mean, I don't know what's going on here. I don't know why this thing doesn't have a brake pedal. Maybe it just needs bleeding. I don't know. It'd be one of those things. I'll just have to get into it and have a look. But yeah, it's all pretty good under here. Like
not too bad at all. Little baby disc brakes. You can see the flexible line there, just covered in spider webs and dirt and stuff, but like, it's pretty clean. That's what I was saying about the McPherson strut suspension. It's pretty good technology for its day, that's for sure. But yeah, coming down the back here, drum brakes, lever axle, handbrake cable's all here, and the handbrake works. It's the only way I was able to slow this thing down. Someone's clearly had this thing in the mud at some stage. Not me. Someone was doing little mud skids. It's going to be great to clean off the floor. Little leaf rear suspension. Everything's sort of there. You can see the flexible line. It's there. I've had my hand back here. I can't feel any fluid coming out of the wheel cylinders or anything like that. So I don't know, maybe it just needs a bleed. This car just keeps surprising me. You look at on the surface, it's rough. It's not a straight panel on it. It's clearly been sitting around unloved for a very long time, but it took next to nothing to get going. It had a split wire here, runs between the coil and the dizzy. I spliced that back together, mucked around with the points a little bit, cleaned them up a couple of times, and poured some juice down the carb, and it lit off. And it not only did it fire, it ran good. Like, it runs good. Like today when I started it, been a few days since I started it. There's the little fuel system I made. I mean, all I did was turn the key. Well, not true. I actually pressed my little starter button there, but all I did was press the starter button, put the ignition on, and it flew. It popped to life, and it idled beautifully cold, like ice cold. So I don't know, it just continues to surprise me, this car. And don't have to look at it too closely to realise that it's very rough. But yeah, mechanically, aside from the brakes, it appears to be pretty good. So continue to dig into it, see where it takes us.